I am not my breath. I am not my body. I move beyond my mind. I move beyond thinking. I move beyond even a single thought. And I invite Samuel and my guides to speak through me. Welcome back. Energy ebbs and flows, does it not? Like the wee one wink, or energy bubbles. For all is energy, is it not, dear ones? So vast, so many forms it takes. Some you recognize, some you cannot even see, but yet they are still there. Energy swirls all around you, dear ones. In and through you, you exist in this sea of these energies, seen and unseen, felt and not felt, experienced and not experienced. As he prepares this one, he feels this energy, especially around his scalp. Have not you all experienced such things, where at certain times your sensation of this experience you call life seems to be heightened? Call it connection, if you will. Call it being aware of your guidance. Is that not what this meditation you practice? A way of stilling the mind, a way of opening, a way of connecting, a way of sensing, opening yourself, allowing yourself to experience a higher state, so to speak. That is why we ask him to form the circle before we start, to raise the energy of the whole group, to connect, to allow that tactile feel of the energy as you hold hands with the others, to feel the energy of the group. If you could see this circle as we do, you could see the intensities of each one of your lights brighten as you reached out to clasp your hands together. A way of amplifying the energy of the group, dear ones. Knowing you are connected in this circle, knowing the energy in this circle is amplified, so to speak. We ask each one of you, no need to speak out loud, we ask each one of you to bring to mind a person or persons that needs healing. Visualize them standing in the middle of this circle, and as we used earlier, visualize this entire circle bathed in a luminous green energy, a healing energy flowing in and through each and every member of this circle and each and every person you have put in the middle of the circle. It extends into the heavens beyond the reach of your solar system. It goes through Gaia and out through the other side of the globe, beyond the reaches of your solar system. This brilliant, healing energy. Feel it, sense it, whichever way. See See it flowing in and through them. See it flowing in and through yourselves, washing through every individual cell of your being and their beings. Breathing in love, dear ones, and exhaling gratitude, dear ones. Breathing in the love of the all that is, and exhaling in gratitude for the all that is, that flows in and through you, as you and is you. Now lovingly thank each and every one that you ask to join the circle. Thank them for coming. And thank yourselves. See that light releasing, the green fading, and the brilliant bright white light still surrounds this group. Dear ones, open your hearts, and yes, to the love beyond measure that you are, to the love beyond measure that you just expressed, to those dear ones you put in this circle. Such a gift you've given your dear friends, to combine your energies, to bless them with healing, to bless yourselves with healing, dear ones. Are there any questions?
I have a question from Alea, if I can find it. Okay, Alea says, the old way of healing wounds from the past were painful, time-consuming, and only partial, because those issues would come up time and time again to heal yet another layer. Cryon says we do not need to go through this painful process again, and the Akash can be swept clean of those old wounds now. So my question is, or Alea's, when the old wounds resurface in this new energy, what would be the most appropriate way to work with them? Or are there many ways to choose from? And if so, what are they? Thank you.
Wordy she is, too.
Yes!
That's about 3 or 4 questions
Yes.
in there. That's Alea.
She's here.
She's here. No doubt about it.
Oh, her energy is with us, dear ones.
Do you need the question again?
These.
Okay, so the basic question is, when old wounds resurface in this new energy, what would be the most appropriate way to work with them? Or are there many ways to choose from? And if so, what are they?
There are many ways to choose to work with anything, dear ones. For Alea, and for many with issues that seem to recur, simple as it may sound, hard as it is to do. Attachment. We have spoken before of using your mind, using visualizations to release these attachments to these old things that come up that seem to be tethered to you. If visualizations work for you, dear ones, see that issue and see a fine thread holding it to you and see yourself snipping that thread, releasing it.
What if you don't know exactly what the issue is, but you do have some kind of physical problem occurring and you know something's not right? How do you just surrender? Words?
Surrender. Surrender is a good practice. Understand, with surrender you have to trust that when you surrender it is gone. That is where many find it hard to do, to trust in the letting go process. Affirmations. As we said, there are many ways. This one speaks an affirmation. Often, he states, my innate being consults my Akash and lovingly intuits instructions to my cells to divide in the highest and best way for his longevity, his physiology, his biology, and his mental and emotional well-being. He also uses an affirmation to lovingly release the karma of his past in this lifetime or any other lifetime he has existed in this realm or any other realm he has existed in. And with great respect, humility, compassion, love, and gratitude, he accepts and retains the wisdom of the life lessons learned. She speaks of this new energy, but realize this new energy is coming in gradually, dear ones. It is not as if a light switch was flipped on and all of a sudden you can just release everything instantly.
Is it easier for us to have an awareness now of what it is, to be able to release it and let it go? Is the level of awareness?
Is increasing, yes. And it's increasing in each one of you at different rates, for all are unique.
Is it our thoughts or is it the actual situation that we keep bringing back to us?
What is the difference, dear one? It's not your thought about the situation.
So then,
Yes, you can bring forth someone that out pictures, so to speak, the situation recurring in front of you.
so then what Leah is talking about is she's bringing these issues back to herself.
That's why we talk of attachment, dear ones.
So she has to cut the attachments.
She has to release the attachment, or cut it if you wish. Terminology does not matter so much.
Is there a difference between that and, say, the lesson to be learned? They say it keeps coming back until you learn your lesson. Is that different?
Is not what we are speaking of ultimately anchored in faith and trust? For if you do not trust you can release this, or you do not trust that it will never come back, is that not the same as remaining attached to it? This one we speak through still has moments. Well, grief from various losses still comes back, even though he feels he has dealt with it. Again, we say, it is about faith and trust. And yes, it does not come back with near the magnitude of the initial event.
Can acknowledging past lives through hypnosis stop the recurring drama?
Some traumas are anchored in past lives.
Right.
That's why you do it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why you do the past life.
Or you do the hypnosis.
Yeah, or the hypnosis, because it's reaching back further.
And so once it comes to the conscious mind, then it's like released. So it doesn't have to hang on and hang on.
But again, it all comes back to faith and trust.
In yourself.
Yeah. Well, with hypnosis, there is trust. There's a faith that it's going to actually be the instrument of the healing. And the hypnotherapist doesn't do it. It's the individual that does it because of their desire.
Belief.
Belief and desire, right.
You speak of belief. This one we speak through played games with headaches. He rarely gets one anymore. He realized at one point that every time he felt a headache coming on, it would get worse. Until one day, he came to the realization that as soon as his awareness of the headache occurred, he began resisting it. And as his resistance grew, the headache grew. This was a revelation. For when he changed his mental mindset, when he felt a headache coming on, and basically said, I want to feel all the pain right now. I want it all. I want everything to come. He dropped the resistance completely. After a number of times of doing this, he realized that each and every time he did that, he would suddenly realize he didn't feel it anymore. He brought it to a different conclusion. He would experience later, I thought I was getting a headache, not even realizing when it dissipated. But remembering he had that thought in the beginning, that rather than resist it, he would just welcome it. And in so doing, the energy was released instead of resisted.
In other words, resistance.
That's what I told him last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what came up
Last week?
last
Or
year.
like,
The resistance.
Oh, yeah.
Which we all have, I mean, but in that particular case, it was a pertinent message for one person at that time.
So how do we be intentional creators and allowers all in the same moment?
Do you not see that by allowing the energy of this headache, he created a new outcome? Instead of resisting it, even the mere act of taking an aspirin is a form of a resistance, is it not? Because you are acknowledging that it has some power over you. So he became the creator by allowing it to express and releasing.
So if I'm afraid of something, or fearful, but take a deep breath and go ahead and do it anyway, it seems to turn out better because I'm not resisting and I'm creating a new pathway. Yes? Yes. That's my new thing. It's hard though, but I do it anyway, but slowly. Can't do too much at once.
Practice makes perfect, dear ones. He noticed this with the headache phenomena. As we speak of this tonight, he's trying to remember the last time he had a headache. And yes, in the beginning, it did not seem as, what you say, easy as it is now. Or he has not even had to use it recently.
Are you kind of talking to like being the witness too? The witness as well? That kind of letting go? Just be the witness of whatever the...
Be the witness. Stubbed his toe the other day, he did. Same as the headache. Witness, allow the pain. Some would say you could be one with it. And yes, it was intense at first. But what he noticed, it was just like the headaches. It seemed to dissipate much more quickly than if he was running around worrying about, oh, geez, how much it hurts. Rather than, like you said, to just be with it. Realizing that, yes, I smacked it pretty good. And it is going to hurt. And allowing it to hurt. Allowing yourself to experience that, and thereby allowing it to dissipate.
So you could say, good job, Keith.
I say angels help. I acknowledge it, but
Well, really, that's the awareness, and then the witnessing of it is what I'm...
It is no difference than what he was taught in Qigong.
Refresh my memory on that one. The Qigong.
Sword fingers, pulling the energy out.
Oh, okay.
Being aware,
Okay.
focusing, putting your attention on it instead of resisting.
It seems to me that the whole human race, we're in a resistance.
That is why some of this stuff is so hard to release, dear ones, because your society inbreeds this with you. Instructs you with it since you're little wee ones.
We're like bumper cars down here, aren't we? Huh? On our planet. Oh, look at
And
those
just as
crazies.
S1 spoke, isn't it sometimes you bump into someone and they bring up some old thing in you. Has nothing to do with the person you met. They say something and it triggers something, an old memory, and all of a sudden you're off in la la land, remembering something from the past that disturbed you.
But we also use that with a good energy too, of something, wow, that was fabulous, or that reminds me of, and then we go on that tangent, if you will.
Two sides to the same coin, dear one. We say, though, just as she spoke of fear, is it better? Is not it more productive to focus on the love side of the coin than on the fear side of the coin? Those positive energies that lift you, that allow you to seek an alternative path, so to speak. Be it calling on angels to help you and assist, which they will, rather than resisting and saying, oh, geez, it's back. How can I ever get rid of this thing? What did you just do? You invited it to stay by those mere words. Yes.
I have a question on a different type of energy. This past week, I noticed, and I spoke with Keith about it too, the trees. You know, a couple of weeks ago I noticed the stars, and this week it's the trees. The tops of the trees just seem so, I don't know if it's vibrant, I don't know if it's their aura. I felt like it was a life force.
You're asking a question you already know the answer to, dear one.
Is it their aura? That's what.
explaining it.
Well,
You're explaining the aura of the tree, dear
but I
one.
never saw it before, and I'm just seeing.
So does
it.
that mean it does not exist?
Well, I wasn't sure if it
There
was.
are many energies that you cannot see. And now that you have come into realization that you can see this energy, you're baffled by it.
I am. I like it, but I'm not sure if it's the vibration, the energy, or is it one and the same, the life force?
You want to wrap so many words around it. Why do you not do what she just said and just enjoy it?
I
And
did.
witness it and love it.
I did.
Stop analyzing.
Paralysis by analysis.
That's right.
But I feel like it's alive and I'm seeing it.
Well,
It's
it is
wonderful.
alive.
It is
I never
alive, and you are seeing it. What is the problem?
It's wonderful. I never saw that alive before.
Oh,
Yeah, it's-
And is it because
yeah,
my
yeah.
vibration is higher? I guess.
yes, dear one.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
Even Wink thinks so. Wink is
He just likes the beef.
He's in your ear.
Thank you.
There, that's the affirmation right there. That waggle, that tail is telling you everything you need to know.
I know. All's right with the world.
That's right.
When he walked with that wee one in the woods last week, he could feel the woods waking up from their slumber.
Yeah.
He could feel the energy rising in the trees. And yes, he was like Mary Jo. He was like, "Woo,
Yeah.
what is this? What is this I sense?"
I believe that's a lovely place to stop.
Wink thinks so too. Get ready, Dad.
Coming home.
We thank you, dear ones.
Thank you, Samuel.
Yeah.
And we so appreciate you and everything you do. And we bid you a very loving adieu.